Oh man, what's really good though? Family tree. Let me know if you're up in the building with me, because guess what? We live, baby. We live. We lit, baby. We lit. Oh man. Do you know what? I actually wish I was in the car right now doing this show. You know the way it's there. I've just got that energy in me. So for those of you guys who don't know, I woke up this morning, and I saw my good brother Taqiyah watch. He did pre-warn me or pre-notify me that he was going to do a quick, show on our conversation and stuff like that. When he went onto Christian Prince's channel, and he got him to, tackle or counteract the things that I was saying basically. So right now I'm gonna quickly do it. This is gonna be a quick video, family. Nice, real quick video. And my quick video, literally, there is actually 2 points that was raised within sort of the brother Taqiyah Watch's channel. I will show you his channel. I will tell you guys to go ahead and go there and subscribe and hit up his stuff. Like him, like I personally love the stuff that Taqiyah Watch is doing. Like for me, Taqiyah Watcher like represents what Titans TV is trying to breed. Right? What I mean by that is Taqiyah Watch is a person that speaks with information, speaks with evidence, speaks with sources, source material at the ready. Anytime you see there is a show going on and he jumps on, and he's talking about a specific topic, you see him put up his statistics, you see him, highlight Quranic verse, tafsirs, hadiths, and so forth. So like that for me, Taqiyah Watch represents a Titans TV audience member. So I absolutely love what he's doing. Please go over there, subscribe to his channel. He's doing great works. All right, so that out of the way, let me just quickly talk to you guys about what it is. So over here, all right, so is this right here. So it says Christian Prince fact checks Titans TV and Taqiyah Watch on the pedophilia verse in the Quran, right? Awesome video, very well done, like very humorous. Like give it, like if I can give it 10 thumbs up, I really would, right? So please go over there, subscribe to his channel, hit up, and make sure you watch this video, get his views up, make sure you hit up the subscribe button, all of that good stuff, right? So the only real reason that I'm actually having to respond to this video at present is because I'm seeing it's getting a lot of traction. Well, I say a lot of traction. He's getting enough attention that people are second guessing and thinking certain ways. And I want to just clarify before it grows out proportion, right? Just in case, right? So, it says here, this needs more views. Christian Prince was respectful and thorough in his clarification. Kalam was quick to assume Christian Prince was being dishonest without watching the video. Very disappointed in his apologetics. Props to you for sticking with the truth. Edit. Just rewatched the clip from today. Kalam really accused CP of being intellectually dishonest, facepalm, and so forth. I think he allowed his bias to cloud his judgment. So yeah. So when you got comments, make sure that I clarify, my stance and clarify what's being pushed forward before anybody gets confused or anything like that, or starts thinking anything else. For me personally, I'm neither Christian, I'm neither Muslim, so I don't have any interest personally to be biased towards one side or against another side. I couldn't care less. The only thing that I deal with is academia, meaning I deal with actual research methodology, right? That's what I deal with, research methodology. And wherever the evidence points, right, that's the one I'm going to go with or push forward, because I got enough sources to back up what I'm saying. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm gonna quickly do this now. I know, technically, yeah, a lot of the Muslims are gonna be getting gassed because they'll be like, "Yeah, Canada's on the outside," type of vibe, right? And technically speaking, I am speaking in favor of the Quran at present, okay? And I'm speaking in favor that it's not talking about child marriages and so forth. And I'm not gonna deny and say that child marriages does not occur in the Muslim world. I'm not gonna deny and say that child marriages, isn't something that tafsir writers, commentary writers, or commentary tafsir writers or authors or scholars have spoken about and endorsed. Like, you've seen me have done shows on this heavily, right? So I'm not going to say that's not the case, right? And I'm not going to tell you that there isn't hadith that puts the Prophet of Islam into a very pedophilic light. I'm not going to even try to do all those things. I'm going to tell you yes, 100% agree with you on all of those things. They're as clear as day throughout Islamic texts. My thing is that unfortunately, it's a wrong interpretation of the text itself, because we can read the text and we can see clearly what it says, and it's people with their own desires that try to insert something into a text. And me personally, I don't like that. I don't like that. I like standing for truth. It clearly says something. Why are we trying to, mold it to fit our own perspective? Let's not do it, okay? So anyways, let's quickly jump into this. Let's jump into this. So yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, we're talking about Surah Al-Talaq, okay? This is chapter 65 of the Quran. Let me just give you a little bit of clarification. Let's go. So right here, I like this. I stopped it right here because I like this whole imagery. Okay, so I'm gonna play it. Make sure I put it on slow speed. You know me, I watch things a bit too fast. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Let's listen in.
All right.
Yeah, and this person was not a Muslim, but he's very interested in Islam, and he's studying some part of the Arabic.
You see, the problem is, my friend, that whoever this guy who spoke to you, he's a Muslim or not, he is being ignorant, because the verse there report two kind of females. Those who the Quran called them nisa'akum, which mean women, and then it continues, says, and those who did not have their period.
Yeah.
So spoke about women and those who don't, which mean obviously they are not women yet. So how he come to the conclusion? He says the Arabic doesn't say that. The Arabic says that. The Arabic says, this is the Arabic. واللاتي يئسن منكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن ثلاثة أشهر واللائي لم يحضن, and those females who never have a period. So the verse have
females, not women.
Yes, here is the word women. Here is about those who have their period. The Quran called them women.
Yeah.
And then the Quran says, and those, this is additional case, and those, which is females, but he's not calling the word women again. He's saying wallahi, which is the female, have no period yet.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This is what I thought. But then he went to even.
Okay, so that was really it right there. Okay, I could pull it up and fact check. My good. Okay, let me just talk about Christian Prince, right? For those of you guys who don't know, Christian Prince is one of my all-time favorite teachers on YouTube. Hold on, one of my all-time favorite teachers on YouTube, by the way. Okay, one of my all-time favorite teachers on YouTube. I always talk about Christian Prince. I've had him onto my channel, so this is no disrespect or no dig at Christian Prince or anything like that. Okay, just putting it out there because you all need to understand that this is a person that I hold in very high respect in terms of his information that he brings out, in terms of his knowledge, in terms of his Arabic, being able to dissect things that a non-speaking person looking into these hadiths and looking into the Quran, you won't be able to spot it as quite aptly as a native Arabic speaking person. He does absolutely excellent work, and I will always tell you guys to go over there, subscribe to his channel, check out his stuff. If you're a Muslim, by the way, go there, check out his channel and kind of dissect and digest his argumentations that he brings forward, because there's going to be a lot of Christians who will be utilizing those same arguments, and you need to know how to dissect it. And if you can't dissect it, you need to know how to simply accept it, because if it's the truth, right? If it's the truth, you need to simply accept it and be like, okay, I never knew that. I've learned something new. All right, so let's get into this. Let's quickly go into this right now. So there was a few things that Christian Prince actually dropped in there, which I could jump on, like certain things such as certain assumptions to say because a woman is not menstruating, therefore she must be Let me jump into that real quickly, because that there, that's not even really my argument, to be honest with you, but I spotted it again and I should have really addressed
not have their period.
Yeah.
So spoke about women and those who don't, which mean obviously they are not women yet.
So, okay, so those women who are not menstruating, it obviously means that they're not women. No, that's clearly like an assumption. If you're saying obviously, I'm saying it's not quite obvious. That's actually an assumption that you're presupposing into the text itself. And this is what happened quite heavily in the tafsirs, which I'm not going to mention today. That maybe a second show we can do that. I just want to make this nice, quick, and talk about what was going on. So he highlighted certain things to say, basically, let me go into this.
The Quran called them women.
Yeah.
And then the Quran says, and those, this is additional case, and those, which is females, but he's not calling the word women again. He's saying wallahi, which is the female.
So this is something I'm going to tackle in a little while. Okay, this is actually we're going to tackle it and say I said it was intellectually dishonest of Christian Prince, right? And it's not no slide dig or nothing like that. I'm just thinking like, but I understand where he's coming from. Okay, so let me quickly continue, and I will really explain everything in a minute.
Have no period yet.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This is what I thought, but then he went to.
Okay, so right there. Okay, so what if you, the argument is that, and those females, those, and of course it's in a feminine case, meaning females, and therefore it's not linking back over to women. So I'm saying the whole context of Surah Al-Talaq, yeah, is talking about divorced women, meaning female adults. I'm going to repeat this: female adults. That is what the word woman mean, a female adult. Okay, but a lot of time you have Christian apologetics. You have a lot of Christians, or people that like to criticize Islam or detract from Islam. Talks about, look, it's talking about children here, and we're like, but hold on, like, why are we being dishonest for? Like, to be honest with you, why are we doing that? The whole context is about women, and I'll prove my point in a hot second. All it is just to go straight to Surah Al-Talaq, the actual, how can I put it? The overview of this whole chapter is to do with verse 1 itself. Okay, let's just jump in that. And it says here, O Prophet, when you divorce women, all right, see, I'm going to just make sure I highlight that. When you divorce women, and the word right here is women. Okay, just making it clear, this whole chapter is talking about divorcing women. It doesn't say divorcing children. It doesn't say divorcing babies. It doesn't say divorcing infants. It doesn't say divorcing prepubescents. It says divorcing women. Women means females who are adults. Let's continue. All right. Hopefully that gets into everybody's head, the context, what we're talking about. All right. Oh, Prophet, when you divorce women, divorce them for the commencement of their waiting period, and keep count of the waiting period. And fear Allah, your Lord. Do not turn them out of their houses, nor should they leave unless they are committing a clear morality. And those are the limits of Allah, set by Allah. And whoever transgresses the limits of Allah has certainly wronged themselves. You know not. Perhaps Allah will bring about after that a matter. So that's kind of the overview. Then he continues to talk and talk and talk and talk, right? And then you look and read this in your own time, and then we get to the 4th verse, right? So we're just skipping 3 verses and we're going to the 4th verse, okay? And again, it's talking about what? Women. The whole context, you're not going to find any word in here that says children. You're not going to find any word that says prepubescents. You're not going to find any word here that says infants. You're not going to find any word here that says baby. Right, so we know that the whole context is talking about women, and anybody who wants to or add children in there, right, realize they're not, the text itself does not say children. Somebody else from their own mind is bringing the word children into the whole verse here where it's not mentioned. All right, it says here, and those who no longer expect menstruation among your women and so forth, right? So, and then it continues to talk about, and also for those who have not menstruated or are not menstruating, will be my translation, right? And for those who are pregnant, their term is until they give birth, and whoever fears Allah, he will make for him of this matter ease. All right, right? So that's that. That's what it's talking about. But Christian Prince was basically saying, and I respect him for that, because he's a native Arabic speaking person. He says, look, the word here, oh, here you go. Okay, and he says here, look, this word here, yeah, alai, okay, literally means female, those females, right? Those females. So now those females, he's relating to it. It doesn't mean women no longer. That's what he's trying to say. That this, when you hear the word here, and those females, it's no longer talking about what the whole context was. Women, right? It's no longer talking about women. It's now talking about females, and therefore the females who are not menstruating are therefore prepubescent girls, right? And that's something that you're reading heavily into the text. And I would say, no, that's wrong. Like from a linguistic standpoint, from a grammatical standpoint, right? We realize, look, and this is what's so beautiful about Corpus Quran, because it gives it to you. It gives you the grammatical breakdown of the text, right? So when he's saying females, look, it's talking, he is right. Look, it definitely is. I'm not going to lie and tell you something that, you know, Christian Prince is wrong in saying something. So it's talking about feminine, and it is definitely is a pronoun. So meaning those females. But what is it talking about? Look, it's a feminine plural, and it's a relative pronoun. All right, relative pronoun. That's the very key word there. A relative pronoun. What does relative pronoun mean? Let's find out. Okay, a relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or a pronoun, right? And my argument, look, to a noun, yeah? And this clause modifies or describes the noun, all right? The most common relative pronouns are who, whom, those, which, and that. Sometimes and when and where can be used as relative pronouns as well, right? And it gives different, let me just quickly show you, it gives different examples, right? So the driver who ran the stop sign was careless. Clearly, you can see that the noun here is the driver. The relative pronoun is the who. So therefore, we know that the context is talking about the driver is the one who, and you can't even say it without saying who, isn't it? Is the driver is the person in the whole phrase or the clause that was the one who ran the stop sign, okay, and was careless. The children whom we love dearly need better education. Again, so the whole context, okay, the noun that this relative pronoun is describing is children who need better education. All right. So now if we look over here in Surah Al-Talaq, right, it even has a relative pronoun right at the beginning, okay? And those who have despaired of menstruation from among the women, that is the noun right here, women, okay? And then it continues with the relative pronoun, okay? So who, and the ones who, again, so who is the who right here? The who is linking back over to the women. That is who the who is linking up to, and those who are not menstruating, right? So I've done a little quick diagram for everybody to kind of get, right? There you go. So you got the noun right here in the middle, right? You got the relative pronoun, okay? The relative pronoun is this little line going across here, right? And it literally means like those who are, okay? And it says here, the women, those who are despaired of menstruation. The women, those who are not menstruating. The women, those who are pregnant. The whole context, okay, is revolving around the noun women. It's not talking about children. And if it is talking about children, please point us into the direction where the word children is mentioned in Surah Al-Talaq 65:4 or anywhere from 1 to 4. Please show us. It's not there. Okay. So now, and the problem really is, right, is because it's like, but women, like, you know, women must menstruate, right? So clearly, and you're basically doing this. You're saying because a woman is not menstruating, she must be a child. No, that's incorrect. There's various different reasons as to why a woman does not menstruate, right? A woman could stop menstruating because of what? Because she's breastfeeding. Guess what? Guess what the next line, or 2 lines, talks about? Breastfeeding. But anyways, let's just stop there. I'm just saying that's one of the reasons. A woman could stop menstruating, okay, because she's pregnant, which is also mentioned in the verse. A woman could stop menstruating because she is going through menopause, which is also, could be interpreted as mentioned in the verse. A woman could stop menstruating because she is stressed. A woman could stop menstruating because she is sick. A woman could stop menstruating because she has an eating disorder. A woman could stop menstruating because she's overly exerting herself in terms of exercise. A lot of athletes go through this, right? A lot of malnutritioned, women, yeah, have this as well. There is various different reasons as to why a woman is not menstruating. Why are we simply jumping or presupposing into a text? Is to do with the fact that it's not talking about women, even though the context is about women. It's now talking about prepubescent girls, and they are the ones who are not menstruating. No, we're reading into the text something that's not there. It's called interpolation, right? Hopefully that is clear. And if it's not clear and you think I'm wrong, all right, I will invite you guys on to tell me where I'm wrong. Okay, that's what I always do. Okay, Kalam is not a person that runs or hides every single one of my shows, right? If I present something, I make sure I have everybody on to kind of critique me and tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right, tell me what I can improve upon, because I'm not here to be, I don't know, scoring any points, nothing like that. Okay, I'm not here to show up Taqiyah or anybody like that. That's not my, objective. My objective is to educate other people, and in return for them to educate me, right? Because you need people to challenge you. Like, I don't want yes people around me. I want people to challenge me, because if you challenge me, it helps me to sharpen my mind, and helps me to grow, helps me to formulate better arguments. All right. So come on, please, come on. So I'm just going to quickly wait. And of course, you lot can get in contact with me by simply tagging Titans TV or hitting us up with a super chat. Okay, hitting us up with a super chat or tagging Titans TV. The link has been posted, and I'll post it again. Okay, so you know I'm not hiding or running away from anybody. All right, I'm going to quickly just skip back and see what comments you lot are dropping. We see we've got Scared Minds up in the building. We've got Betty's Closet, who shall be doing a show later on 7:15. I think it's talking about women's modesty, hijabs, burqas, and so forth. Take the context, the rest of the women is referring to women. Okay. Kalam, Salam, not going online, enjoying this still. What's good, my brother Raza? I spoke about you yesterday, King. That video you dropped, your lecture. I don't even know what to call it, right? Speech was just I said I literally parked up my car, was driving, like I parked up the car on the high street, and I sat down and watched the whole 48-minute video. Yeah, with my eyes welling up in tears, right? So salute to Raza for dropping that. I say anybody who does not feel that inside of them, their core being, right? There must be something wrong. There is literally a disease in your heart. There is something in your heart that's stopping you from doing that. All right, let's quickly go through. Remember, I'm looking for anything that says Time TV. You guys reading into the text column is right. It addresses divorced women facts. Oh, man. Aisha was a woman. See, that's other stuff. We can, we can always go into the other side topics. Kalam has really done the job. I've read the verse multiple times. It addresses divorced women and not children. You guys are reading into the text. Blasphemy, defo, an issue that needs a discussion and needs to be looked into within Islamic roles. All right. Labbaik ya Hussein. Oh, man. Let's quickly go through. Well, I was unsure if posting another link is something that will get me in trouble. I enjoy some of Kalam's show, so I erred on the side of caution. Yeah, no problem. Kalam, let me on to destroy you, liar. Yeah, no problem. Like, the link has been sent out for anybody who wants to come on. Sophia Film says Kalam is a fair scholar. He does his best to put his biases aside. Oh man, love for that. Okay, the pronoun analysis is irrelevant because if a man marries a young girl, why would he call her a kid or baby? He would see her as a woman at that point. Yeah, that's very good. Point that could possibly be raised up, and we can address that another time. But of course, the verse is not talking about children or a kid or a baby or anything like that. It's talking about women. Let's quickly see. When are you releasing the tafsir of Kalam? The tafsir of Kalam, I love that. Okay. Would getting rid of hadith solve Islamist extremism? I don't think so. I don't think it would solve anything. I think a lot of this extremism ideologies, it's not really due to any text at all, right? It's due to a person's own heart and their own inclination. They will find some way around it to be that way inclined. Okay, like you got, for example, the Bible. I don't know, but you had KKK, right? You had like Christians who were KKK members when Jesus wasn't teaching anything like that, was he? I don't think he was. So you always find somebody somehow twisting scriptures, right? And there was a beautiful line, I think Ali said this, and the Prophet also says this as well, in another paraphrased form. It talks about, the Prophet fought for the revelation. Like, he literally had to fight for the revelation. Is the one who's going to fight for its interpretation, right? So right now, I'm just taking on the mantle of Ali right now. Ali ibn Abi Talib, right? I'm just taking on that mantelpiece right now and saying, listen, like, there's a lot of people that's reading a verse or reading the Quran and they're misinterpreting it, okay? by wide margins, right? Misinterpreted by wide margins. I'm just quickly coming to you to give you the correct interpretation. Or if it's not a correct interpretation, in your opinion, it's another way of looking at things, and hopefully it helps you to weigh it out. Okay, so there's the way I've just presented to you. You can weigh it out versus the other way that's being presented to you, and you make up your own decision. I'm not telling you which one, all right, you should choose for yourself, but I've just given you the differences of opinions. All right, family. So again, I've sent out the link, but if you guys do not want to jump on, right, I have no reason to stay on here. Okay, I have no reason to stay on here. There is a second thing to discuss as well, which was the tafsirs. The brother did bring up and make mention of. I could address that, but I don't want to conflate this whole video. I'd rather just leave it simple, one video, you know, underneath half an hour, hopefully, and then we can move on from there. So I'm just going through your comments here again. Is there anything? Kalam equals balls, man, like Middlesex. Shit, been long, Kalam back on the scene, man, like Narujan. Oh, go on. Big bars about mentalities and how they project their views on the religion. Indeed. All right. Okay, so remember, just get in contact with me. Just simply type in Titans TV. That's the easiest way for me to do it. I jump on, but I have no idea what you would like to discuss. Okay, cool. So we are, I believe, finished, right? If nobody wants to come on and say anything on live, I guess we're going to finish the show nice and early. But otherwise, if you guys would like to come on, and I see we got TJ up in here. TJ, did you want to discuss this first at all, or do you just want to speak afterwards when we close off the show?
Well, whatever I have to say, I just posted in like from like from commentary. I don't know if you can see it in like the group chat or not.
I can't see anything. What do you mean group chat?
Oh, on the sidebar, I posted it in like the chat box.
Okay, let me just. My Hangouts is moving a bit slow. Let me just share my screen so you don't know. My Hangouts is moving a bit slow right now. Okay, so if you've posted something, nope, I can't see anything that you've posted. Oh, sorry, on the side. You're right. I posted something. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Let me stop. Do you want to read it out, or should I read it out?
You could go for it.
Okay. So let me just try to do this so it's not. Apologies, family, if it's not coming out nice on your side. Here, one should bear in mind the fact that according to the explanation given in the Quran, the question of the waiting period arises in respect of the women with whom marriage may have been consummated. Indeed, for there is no waiting period in case it is pronounced before the consummation of marriage. Indeed, Surah Al-Ahzab 49, therefore making mention of the waiting period for the girls who have not yet menstruated. See what happens here? You see what happens here? For the girls. You know, we were just talking about women earlier on. The whole context is just women, but somehow why is it just switched now to girls? But anyway, let's not even pay attention to that. Let's just continue. Who have not yet menstruated clearly proves that it is not only permissible to give away the girl in marriage at this age, but it is also permissible for the husband to consummate marriage with her. Now, obviously, no Muslim has the right to forbid a thing which the Quran has held as permissible. Indeed, and this. What you've got here, a lot of Muslims, right, would argue this point exactly, right? They would even say themselves maybe.
And just for the record, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's from Maududi, who's one of the most celebrated scholars of like the 20th century. He won the first ever King Faisal Prize for service to Islam. So for people that are going to say, oh, that's a fake quote or whatever, they can go on tafsir Maududi.com. and check it for themselves. It's clearly there. So
yeah,
I just want to put that out
so
there.
When you go into tafsirs and stuff, right, you see a lot of madness that has actually crept into Islam and the way that people read and interpret the Quran. Indeed, and that's something that we should hopefully tackle on another show. I don't want to conflate the show, so we can leave the tafsirs and stuff for another show, and we can break that down. I can literally do that straight after this show, if you guys want. But you guys come on. I'm gonna shut down the show, and then we can discuss other stuff a little bit later on. All right, family? So here is the link once more if you guys would like to join us off air. But I'm going to close down the show now, underneath half an hour, a nice quick show and a nice quick objection and Yeah, refutation. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.